Here's my smaller Brachypelma smithi, Mexican red knee, doing great. Let's see, I think I'll give this one a mealworm. This one a lot of times doesn't eat on camera, but it definitely attacks it with gusto when I close the lid. Oh, are you going to prove me wrong? You going to make a liar out of me, huh? Oh, you want that. You just like to keep me hanging, don't you? You little stinker. Oh, you just bit it. Oh, you're losing your worm. Well, if he wants it, he'll get it later. Alright, we'll move on. Here's my Avicularia purpurea, the Ecuadorian purple. Doing great. This one has been eating very well. So I'm going to feed this one some mealworms. See if it wants it this time. I've been giving it crickets. So I'll give mealworms a go. Oh yeah, this one's an eating machine. Oh yeah. Well, at least I have two Avics doing well, unlike my Diversipes. They passed away. My Metallica and my Porphyria here are doing great. Yeah, this one likes to hang out on the lid. So I'll always have to be very careful when I remove the lid. So, oh, he'd be so cute. Oh, look at that. Well, you enjoy that. We'll let you eat. Alright, next. Here's my Acanthoscurria geniculata, the giant white knee. Doing very well. Let's see how crazy she's going to be this time. She jumped up my tongs either the last feeding video or the one before. And she always eats enthusiastically. Yeah, she's doing great though. Look at her. Got you two good sized crickets there. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Let her eat. Here is my Bumba cabocla, the Brazilian redhead. Doing really well. The abdomen's already pretty large on this one, so I think I'll just give it one mealworm. Let's see. Find one that's not too big. Yeah, it's a good smell. Yeah, I think that's a good one right there. I'm not sure I've ever given this. Well, yeah, I've probably given this one mealworms before. It'd been a while though. This one's a very good eater. Did you take hold of it or did you just bite it? It's kind of hard to tell. No, I don't think it's bit. It doesn't have it in its fangs right now. But it's interested. It's one of my favorite teas. Oh yeah. Just had to wait a little bit first, huh? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Aren't they cute? Alright, moving on. Ooh, there you go. Go hide. Okay. Alright. I saw my Orphnaecus species blue peek out of its little hide, and then it went right back in really fast. I think Panay Island is the common name. But doing really well. Just this one stays hidden a lot. They're brown teas with some pretty blue highlights on them. But right now, none of the blue is showing. It's just a brown looking tea right now. Are we going to see any attacks? I don't know. It was over. Let's see where. Yeah, it went in that hole right there. Well, I don't know. Guess we're just probably not going to see this one very much, but at least I saw it was doing just fine. So we'll just move on to the next one. Here's my Acanthoscurria insubtilis, the Bolivian orange striped knee. Doing really well. I'm going to give this one a tiny mealworm. If it is a typical Acanthoscurria, it will eat well, especially once it gets bigger. Some slings are really shy about eating at first. So, well, I'll just leave that one in there, but the tea is doing really well. Alright, I'm sure it'll dig it up. Alright, next. Here's the Kochiana brunnipes, the Brazilian dwarf pink leg. These are the ones I told you are scavenger teas. They're willing to take food dead or alive. So, I'm going to give this one a mealworm. Very skittish, as you can see. Very skittish. Come on. Aren't you gonna get your worm? Well, I have no idea when this one molted last, since it's a new tea for me. So I'll just check on it later. It might not be hungry, or it could be nervous. So, alright, doing great though. Alright, next. This is my Aphonopelma chalcodes, the desert blonde. Not one of the greatest eaters in my collection, but this is one of the reasons, of course, why it's such a slow grower. Besides my Nandu carapoensis, this is my slowest growing tarantula right now. So I'm going to give this one a mealworm, a little baby one there, and maybe it'll eat it later. Rarely takes food on camera. Alright, we'll move on. Here is my Grammostola porteri, the Chilean Rose, doing great. And I'm gonna get her a let's see, a super, no, not a super, couple mealworms. Let's see. Get a couple of them here. She's been eating lately, but she has been known to go through very long fasting periods. She went a little over a year once. No food, only water. But she kept that abdomen healthy the whole time. So, yep, another very slow grower. Tea. Are you not going to eat those? Or are you just being lazy? Or are you going to fast some more? Well, she's doing great. You're a little unsure, huh? Alright. Well, we can't keep the spotlight on you for too long because we have other mouths to feed. So we'll move on. Alright, next. Alright, where'd you go? I have to keep the lid on this one. This is my Riddle Palma hirsutum, the rib tree spider, always trying to escape. And this one hasn't eaten for me on camera yet. It's just wanting to escape, and that's it. So I'm gonna have to keep the lid closed on this one, otherwise I'm just gonna have to keep catching it the whole time. But I don't know, maybe we can get a quick glimpse. Oh, see, look. As soon as it knows that lid's starting to pop open, there it goes. Look at that. Oh, they're so cute. Little crazy thing. Yeah, so I'm going to spray the enclosure down, give it a drink, and put some food in there for it. And hopefully without having to chase it down too far. With these, it's definitely wise to have a catch cup. Alright, moving on. Check this out. My Palma Perine, the green velvet, finally molted. What a beauty. Man. Has that dark green with the reddish hairs. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Had a very successful molt. Let's see if I can, well, I'll get the molt out in a little bit, but for right now, I am going to, there was water already in the dish, but I want to top it off and add a little more moisture. But had a successful molt, so this makes me very happy. It's finally good to see you out in the open. Now, I don't know how long it's been. It looks like it's hardened enough, so I think it's probably been long enough to for this tea to eat. So I'm going to put a couple of crickets in there and see how it does. Well, you can get it later, but I'm going to try to get that molt out and examine it. Hopefully it's not too messed up. Awesome looking tea. Look at that, man. Very cool. Alright, well, I've examined the molt of the Palma Perine, and unfortunately for me, it is an immature male. There's no furrow there, no flap. So, most unfortunate. But I'll just do my best to enjoy him while he lasts. I had a feeling he was when I looked at him. He just kind of had that look of a male, you know, kind of leggy and a little thinner, not as bulky. But, of course, you can't always go by that, but sometimes it's pretty accurate. Oh, well. Alright, moving on to the next one. And like usual, whenever I open the enclosure of the Brachypelma vagans Mexican red rump, she likes to run away and hide deep in her cave. So I'm going to give her a cricket. She surprisingly ate in the last video, I think. She hadn't eaten in a while, so we'll leave it. She hadn't molted for me in quite a while, but they're slow growers, so we'll just leave it in there and check on it later. There's not much to see here. Alright, moving on. Here's my Aphonopelma Somani, the Costa Rican zebra. Doing just fine. And whether it eats on camera or not will be a great mystery, because this one's definitely hit or miss. Eats better than my chalcodes, but still doesn't always want to eat on camera anyway. So I'm going to just put a little cricket in there. He usually ends up eating, but not all the time on camera. But doing really well, as you can see. Alright, I'll check on it later. Okay, next. And here's my other very slow grower in my collection, the Nandu carapoensis, the Brazilian red. Definitely is not one of my best eaters. But I'm going to put a little cricket in there anyway, and leave it in there and check on it later. Let's see. A lot of these crickets are pretty big, so I'm trying to find one that isn't too big, because the rump on this one's already quite healthy. So here we go. I think with the next molt, it'll probably be a little darker, and you'll get to see the pink highlights a little bit better. Pinkish red. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. I'm just going to give this one an update. This is my Ceratogyris brachycephalus, the greater horned baboon. She's doing great. Still big as could be, but doing well. So I'm not going to feed her in this video, just going to give you an update. Yep. Beautiful girl. Alright, 2 T's left. Right, next. Here's my Salmopoeis irminia, the Venezuelan Sun Tiger. And this is one I think that it's starting to be in pre-molt. So I'm going to leave this one alone. She's been very she just hasn't moved around a whole bunch lately, and I can just tell that her abdomen's gotten extra plump and her colors are fading, so I think she'll be molting in the fairly near future. Of course, I've been saying that for a while, but she's a female. It takes them longer to molt, so we'll just leave her alone, and she's doing fine. Alright, 1 T left. Here's my orange body thing. This is the Triniochilus murinus, the orange baboon. And she is one of my most defensive teas in my collection, if not the most defensive one. I'm really surprised she didn't just give that infamous threat posture. Well, I guess she's in a more chilling out mood today. But yeah, she's so beautiful. Yeah, she's a beautiful girl. She's a full-size OBT. I don't think she'll be getting any larger. But yeah, she's not being very defensive today. Oh, but believe me, most of the time she is. And I'm pretty sure that if I bothered her too much, she would easily get into a threat posture. And she's done it in multiple videos of mine. So, not even the cricket is aggravating her. Maybe she's going into some kind of hibernating mode. So, alright, well, I will check on her later, but she's not due for any molt anytime soon, so I'm not worried about that. Alright, well guys, thanks for watching, and I hope y'all had a very good Christmas. Alright. The beast has been aroused. Look how wide open her mouth is right there, her fangs. Look at that. She finally got aggravated enough and decided to get in her usual threat posture. So funny how she's laying on her side like that, doing it. Yeah, that's her. Typical OBT right there. She's a mean girl. Don't want to mess with her. Alright, thanks guys.